Hello and welcome. Right, we are on the monster windrows. We have so much to do. So this time I am going to go straight into a timeless. Well, to be honest, I have been sort of doing that on the last few sessions because, to be honest, they've all been. Yeah, this is a big farm with big fields. So yes, let's get this done. I still think we probably will break the storage on the new limit. We've got 4 million. I'm not sure that's going to be enough, and that is saying something. It really is. So I've got the baler going. We're going to set this going, and then I'm going to grab a tractor. I'm going to grab the bales because there's a shed load of bales on the other side, and then I'm going to juggle grabbing this and emptying it, which again is going to be, there's going to be a lot of that. So I'm going to get very little of the baling side of it done, really, due to doing this. Yeah, so I'm going to say my words, and we'll see you guys and gals on the other side. I'm coming out of the time lapse a little early. Yeah, I've no idea why the Steiger didn't pick this up, because it got the lines right, and it's not that bad a steerer that it could miss these like half. It's like Courseplay had some sort of flip out. It's done little tiny bits, and like you can see the lines, and the lines all follow the original thing, even though I did put it on the wrong field. This is field 2's course, but it was on this one. I did realise I'd made the mistake, but I'd already done it, and thought, well, I'll remember it. So if I came back, like if we were staying another year, I'd probably forget it then, but for now. So we just got after this the other fields. We filled that 4 million litres in that one. We had 700 odd in the other one, and I'm quite sure that's probably well over 1 million now. So I've got to be honest, this is monstrous. It is. I mean, I knew it was going to be, but like it's a bigger scale than I thought. But yeah, we're on it. We're nearly there. We have nearly done it. Yeah, next session, with a scale of like this particular farm, I'm going to do the same as Combined Counties, which was likewise monstrously large. We'll sell the herd to speed up the, as if you're going out of farming, really is as if, yeah, like everything you're selling, everything lock, stock and smoke and barrel. So you would, once you sold the herds, in real life we wouldn't do that, but it's the only way you can truly gauge how well you really did, is if you got rid of all of your assets. So even though the time-saving stock check has made things easier, it's still not taken away the fact that you've got to like work and get all these things done. There's going to be eggs and all sorts of other things, even the wood chips, although obviously that type of thing the time-saving stock check does tell you about, so we don't need to actually take them to market. We can see the best price that we would actually get. So yeah, some of the things we can, but also it was one of the mistakes I made in Combined Counties, and that was obviously if you've got some things in your production, it doesn't show that in the time-saving stock check. So I actually did even better than I said I did on Combined Counties. So yes, likewise on this I've got to be a little bit more careful and bear that in mind. Wow. We've still got quite a bit to do on the, and there's also the stack of bales that we've got from last year that are still outside the cowshed. Yeah, and also whatever bales, 1 or 2 in the back of the, yeah, I have no idea why that did what it did. It just makes no sense at all. Oh, why did I do that? Yeah, now I've got to especially to pick one bale up. Well, I can use, yeah, we've got a telehandler. Yeah, I was quite pleased with that, apart from whatever strangeness happened to actually do that. Yeah, I've not had it, so I thought it was good that I actually did have that particular one on this Let's Play, because I put it in a while back, but now I've actually used it. They're a strange looking tractor. I've always thought that with the and there were some really garish ones that were cheap, and they were the colours on those were really quite, and yeah, Jordan would not be happy at the colours that came naturally with those, very very bright, and yeah, they hurt my eyes even, so I took them out. They were very reasonably priced though. It was one of those tractors I thought, but I always say this, I'm not a massive fan of tractors that haven't got the 3-point link, even though I sort of do put up with them in the big fence. Oh yeah, no, we knew that. Why have we come here? Yeah, we knew that it'd run out. I'm not sure there's any room in this field as well. That's why we were running over to the other one, really. Smashing. So just a little bit of cleanup on that other fields. Yeah, field, I think that is field 6, that's the one. It's not so fast as going over the bit where there is no hedge. It's a little bit quicker. We're nearly out of fuel with this. It has done a lot of work though. It did sit on the side of this field for a while, and I thought, It is. Now I'm getting used to it again. It's beautiful. It's it's one of the most articulate tractors I think I've ever had. You can really snake well with it. Beautiful. Do love articulated tractors. They can, even the poor ones, as the Rosselmash, it sort of makes up for how poor it is, which I think they've relied on that model, because that particular one of the base game ones, is absolutely vile. Even with the even with the articulation, it doesn't make up for how poor the tractor steers, but it sort of goes a bit of a way to sort of compensate for it, but it is awful. So I should say this is probably the last. There's quite a bit. The corners swishes on that were quite terrible, but I'm quite pleased that we've done that one. I mean, there was so much straw, unbelievable amount. Yeah, this I think is going to be a biggie. Yeah, I think we're going to do very well. I'm still unsure about. I think we may have to bring I think there's going to be too much silage for now. The BDSSSB one, that will. I could put 1 million in it and it will process it. It's just a monster. It's a little bit like the Disturb Simulations industrial BJ, although I've got to be honest, yeah, it's you no longer need the industrial BJ. Disturb Simulations has souped up the original one. I took it out because I thought, well, I don't need it anymore. It changed something on the normal one and it's now a monster itself, so I thought, well, don't need two monsters. And it's smaller. I love the footprint on the BGA, and I know it's probably not quite real. It's not got a megawatt or a kilowatt rating, so it's sort of a little bit special. I realise that now, having seen the ones in the game and how they do. I realise the Disturb Simulation one is a little bit special. Nevertheless, I always remember it is a game. Yeah, it is true. You've sort of got to remember sometimes that it is a game, and although we're sort of trying to play realistically, sort of, yeah, sometimes I've got to be honest, the smallest of all of the BGAs, the proper one, is just not fit for purpose. If you put your bales in, you're gonna like have years, it backs up for years and years, even with 1 year's worth of silage on a reasonable farm. So it's sort of, then you like think, well, there's just no point in having it. I did it on, what's the name of the map? It's one of the base game ones. Oh, can't quite remember. Yeah, the one after Silver Room that came out, and it's all balers and seeders and things like that. Oh, Horse Aggravation, that's the one. Yeah, Horse Aggravation. Nice map. Yeah, it's didn't stand out as anything special, but it was nice. Yeah, it's different as well. Like the headquarters, I came out of that straight away because it was a bit, yeah, it was a bit special. You got basically given way too much, and I thought, well, this is not really truly a challenge, so let's like shake it up a little bit, and we moved. It was quite interesting actually. I did enjoy what I actually did on the Let's Play. It was good fun. Yeah, we did a bit of a farmyard. Yeah, it was actually nothing special. I mean, not like the Horse Aggravation yard and that. The yard was just tremendous. Yeah, we did everything your heart's desire, and I thought, well, this is a little bit too good, really. Let's move on, shall we, a little? Yeah, there's quite a lot. Yeah, you see, the rabbit didn't really make. That's just the bit windows that are too big. He's left the end bits. Well, they would. That's why I thought. Normally, I would hire the Fluffy Mods belt system. Yeah, like this one's just splitting a monster, and then obviously you've got the bits at the side that are still left because you've split a monster. So you would expect no better from a standard baler. If you were to do the big 12-metre windrows with the baler, you've got to do it twice. You've got to go up and down because you will not do it in one pass. It's just too wide. That's why I've started to use the 5.7 metre, although it's like, obviously the windrows you can do with a standard baler, so it's really is amazing. It sort of suits perfectly. You do pick up the odd trick or two really when you playing the game, and that's sort of, yeah, it took me a while to cotton on to the fact that it was actually that, yeah, I didn't cotton on that if you use a corn header it sort of really pretty much destroys the straw, whereas if with the additional straw mod, whereas if you use the proper helianthus headers it really does maintain most of the straw and you will do well. And when you consider, obviously you could either compost it and you make that which is not a bad, in FS19 it was a little less. I've done it sort of partially, did it once, and I could see it's very expensive to buy yourself, so you know how it's good the value is. It really was quite phenomenal. I was like, I think I filled up a thing, I didn't realise I'd got quite a lot of cash, and it was sort of 50,000 or something to have to fill up my trailer, and I thought, gulp, did you just realise how much that was? It was really, yeah, eye-watering. So obviously if you were sort of doing compost yourself you'd do well out of doing it, but again, after fertilizer compost it's pretty much of a muchness, so I've stuck to the ones, the partners that I found on that, and I've not done the composting really a lot. With that one, yeah, I was determined I was going to do it on a Let's Play, and I can't remember what happened, why I didn't carry on with that particular Let's Play or which one it was, but I do vaguely remember that I did it. I just can't remember why I didn't carry on. Probably it's one of the short runs. Right, I think, no, that's still not finished. Still, I think we've got another corner, I think, but some were better than others. I think we did a little. Let's have a look. That's not bad. It's a bit leery. It is actually. It's difficult to steer even if you're used to articulated. It's a bit of a. I did recognise that. That's what I loved about it when I first used it. I don't think there's any articulated that's quite like this. It's so articulated. It's unbelievable. Very good steering as well. So this is sort of the anti-Russell mash that's terrible at steering but makes up for it a little bit with its ability to snake, its articulation. Yeah, that can almost turn back on itself, which can sort of be good and sort of be bad. Yeah, it's difficult to sort of get it to stay on the course without it veering off. Right, nearly there, nearly there. It has been a monster again. Yeah, this yeah, it went in my head this wasn't going to take terribly long, this session, but I think it's taken, well actually all of the harvests, because the fields were all large, they've all been fairly, we've not done badly on the potatoes though. Yeah, really, we've pretty much half done them, which is quite amazing. Right, this little bit across there, those little tiny weeny little bits, we shall leave them alone. We'll just grab these end bits, and then I think there's that section, yeah, this corner swishers here, which is, well, it's pretty much going to amount to an extra 125,000 litres, so I think it was worth doing. Too much straw to leave when you've got a BGA to feed. Not quite as bad as combined counters, or I had 2 BGAs to feed though. That was a bit of a monster, and they were quite Cavalier Roy had really souped them up as well. They were not your bog standard, even though they may have started off as that. He souped them up, so they were quite amazing. Yeah, there's a few little bits this away that I'm going to miss a little bit, I think, but I'll try. Wow. Says I'm very impressed with this. You can almost turn back on yourself. It's that responsive. And I don't think I've ever had one that's quite this. You can see it sort of snakes. You can almost make it contort its middle bit. It's that snaky. Yeah, it just did not like the 70 tonner though. Boy oh boy, I've never seen a tractor like it. It was almost uncontrollable. But yeah, I had to let go. There was no way it was going to manage that. Which horsepower wise it really does, but as I said in that session, there's always every tractor that's got something that it really just cannot, and it's not about power, it's just about form factor. Yeah, the Challenger stroke fence, big 517 horsepower, it hates the 82 Studios. It crashes into the floor, and yeah, I wonder what on earth was going on when I used it on one Let's Play, and I thought, wow, it really does hate the 82 Studios. So I had to use one of the other tractors. I think just have a bit of a wander, not going those little bits. They're just too. I think we did that top section. Just have a pass, because there may have been bits that we missed that are worth grabbing. I don't think we did. I think we did it. Oh no, there's a couple that are. But we have done it, it's just a bit that I missed. Fantastic. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Little tiny pips, as I call them, they're all... We should pass over what we can, but anything we can't, it's tough. That's it. So I think we did that quite proud, really. I think we did a good, adequate job with doing that, really. We could have left them, but yeah, when you consider we've got 70 odd tons, yeah, not quite 125 like I thought, but it's still 70 odd tons is a lot of it's too much to waste. Let's lift that. We could sort of wait here and like let this grab it next session, because it will eventually grab it out. So yeah, we'll do that next session. So let's have a look at all of that straw that we did do in the end, because there's a lot. I don't think it would show you in the time saving stock check how much we've got. No, that's in a silos rather than actually. Or it might be checking the bales that we've got over by the cowshed. So there's a lot, but let's have a look. We've got 4 million in one, so let's go from the top to the bottom. Cowshed silo. I don't think that's got any in. No, it's not. That's all we mainly use for manure, and farm silo is full, 400 tons. We could stick that on actually and tell it to send it, because we will eventually need to do that. So oats, we want that also, because we did switch it on last session. That's distributing already, and straw likewise distribute. So 400 tons in that one. From supply production, this should have some in, and it has, that's the one across the road that had 700 tons. Now it's got double, so we took another 700 tons across. So we've got 505 tons of silage. That's also the silage. If we were just relying on the BJ, we'd probably be here for another 2 years to process it. It is that. Yeah, so that sorghum's going down nicely now. Straw. We need to, oh, that's gone. We'll switch that off. We're not liable to stick any more in, and if we do, I'll switch it on. So none in that one. Grass field silo. Don't think that even that's the 100 tonner. We've not put any in that one. We saw that earlier. Yeah, let's switch that off as well. Not that it'll charge. Oh, well, it does charge you a little. Water. Yeah, none. Homebrewed production shed. We saw this earlier. Yeah, it's got some more water again, and not that I think it needs it. Yeah, the digestate and the manure are equal, so that's quite phenomenal. Sheep field, farm supply production. We don't know if this is the one we do, but I don't think we've got any straw in it. That's, yeah, just silage from our grass. That's the original one. You see, even that's the real one that we normally do our silage from before we had started to add additional ones, and that's got 511 silage because we have too much silage. The BGA cannot process it all, so yeah, this should, yeah, and it will get that. The rest of the oat will come across on the hour. Sunflowers, wow, flowers at 49 tons. Canola oil, so look at our oils, 107 tons of sunflowers. Bread's up to 43 tons, 43,000 litres. Flowers 49. Canola 40 tons. Sunflower oil just beginning to come through. French fries is full, and so as is premium potatoes, which is why we have got, yes, too much. Then we've got some potatoes left, so we'll have to see about selling those. That's going to bring a shed load of cash. 90 tons of bread rolls. Now, when do the bread rolls sell? Let's have a look on this. Bread rolls, March. So that will be time saving stock. Just, but look at the baguettes; they're catching up as well. That's really phenomenal. As in these two, the tableware. Look at the cash and look at our total. 2,840,975 of goods on hand. That would make us up to 10 million, and we've not nowhere near processed all of that lot. So next session, what we're going to do is it may well be a bit of a long one, like Kavai Cows, but I'm sure you're all wanting to see how well we actually did do. So I'll do our time lapse at last session so that we can sort of pull it all in. We'll sell the herd, sell the sheep, which again is going to bring in a lot because they're all adults. Yeah, you're going to get top whack for all of them, I think. Yeah, 775, that's not bad at all. 1479 for the Holsteins, all adults. In fact, they would be going to give birth next, and we'd have 300 if we had space. So yeah, we'll do that. Chickens. Now I'm going to sell them because last time I forgot to feed them on one farm, so I can't be doing with that. Even though they're very not worth a lot, we'll sell them so that we don't ever mistreat them. But that's going to bring in a lot of cash itself. There's still some more wool, which we'll take in again to do the clothes, and then we'll just see how much we're going to do. Even if it's all processed and it sits in the time-saving stock check, at that point we know how well we've done. So but it's just silage. That silage is going to take quite a few months to process. I think we're going to have to bring something like well, we could bring the disturb simulations in as well, which then will produce, which will also, but the digestate, we may have to do the production shed. I think we'll do that because I know there's going to be so much digestate. Is there though? We're not doing the BGA very much. No, it's still going to feed it from the BGA with having so much to go in, but it's true, I'm not sure whether we... Yeah, I'll think about it. I won't rush into that one. So all that remains to be said for this particular session is thank you very much for watching. I truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.